Dun Dun, Foolish, They Know, Shit They Know remix, Easily I Approach, Let's Get It with DJ Yola. I remember probably 2009, 2010. My only Atlanta skating rink experience. I think it was the Golden Glide spot, right? I vividly remember the DJ dropping that Shawty Low, Let's Get It. Dope boys got them girls going wild. When I say skating rink erupted, top of the top, episode 286, Stash House Podcast. Your boy Tyler checking in. First time listeners, thank y'all for tuning in. If you tune in weekly, salute, or there's just an episode, saw some topics you may want to hear about, thank you for tuning in as well. Podcast available on all streaming platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Also hit that like button as well if you're watching this on YouTube. Also, subscribe to your preferred audio platform. Tell a friend to tell another friend. Check out this show. All love, greatly, greatly appreciated. Hope everyone had a safe week, safe weekend. Do the same this upcoming week. This week episode, we're going to take a trip back to the past once again. This time, I want to focus on the futuristic era of Atlanta music. Now, I thought this era lasted about 2-3 years, but after doing research and thinking back during that time period, it was only like a strong year, 2009 to 2010. Now, from artists from that era, they did go on, early 2011, 2012, but the main era I'm focusing on was that year, 2009 to 2010. Talk about different artists as well throughout that time period. Of course, everybody been seeing Young LA going viral lately, Rich Kids, Travis Porter, J Money. I want to talk about that and also how did some trap artists influenced that era as well. So taking a trip to the past, 2009, 2010, Atlanta futuristic, black boy, white boy era. If you was there, if you know, you know. So let's get to it, man. New episode, Stash House Podcast. Let's get to it. So like I said, to start things off, I'm talking about a specific time period of Atlanta music, the futuristic era. Now, I'm sure different regions, different states, different cities had their different eras. I'm sure Texas, Houston, Dallas, just them two together in Texas. I know they got their own culture. Florida has their own culture. Tennessee, I'm sure the Virginias, Carolinas, of course, we know Cali and New York, they got their own eras of music as well. But me being in Alabama, right by the Georgia line, near Columbus, Georgia, that's like an hour 20, depending on who's driving, about an hour 20 up the road from Atlanta. So Atlanta's right there. So we've always been influenced by Atlanta's culture the most, I'll say. You know what I'm saying? Of course, people know different regions across the United States, but we're more connected to the trap scene of Atlanta, the Crank That era, Lean With It, Rock With It era, just different eras of Atlanta music I felt like hit here early on before the world caught on to it. So shout out to the A, shout out to Columbus, of course, shout out Phoenix City, Russell County, Alabama, all that good stuff. We got people from all around the world watch this show, so that's just the area I grew up in, where I'm from. So like I said, just speaking from Atlanta music eras in general, you had the hip-hop with Outkast, Goody Mob, everybody from the mid to the late 90s. Then we had the crunk era. That's when I really started like watching music videos, like the Get Low video, everything Yin Yang Twins had going, then the Young Bloods, all orchestrated by Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, Lil Scrappy, Trillville, that era. And then we had the trap music come in. T.I. dropped trap music, Jeezy, of course, y'all know my guy Gucci, Shawty Low. And that's who I want to start with. Shout out to Rocco as well. Shout out to everybody that came from that mid-2000 trap scene that really helped shape my music palette a lot. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the trap music era. Real quick, I want to focus on Shawty Low. I want to focus on Shawty Low because he had a lot of influence on the futuristic era, in my opinion. Sound-wise, just hear me out real quick. Shawty Low is very underrated. Me personally, I don't think Shawty Low gets talked about enough. And the main reason why I think Shawty Low doesn't get talked about enough is because that Units in the City album is not on streaming. it's probably one of the few albums you had to be there because it's not on streaming. And it had hits. Dun Dun, Foolish, They Know, Shit They Know remix, Easily I Approach, Let's Get It with DG Yola. I remember probably 2009, 2010. My only Atlanta skating rink experience. I think it was the Golden Glide spot, right? I vividly remember the DJ dropping that Shawty Low, Let's Get It. Dope boys got them girls going wild. When I say skating rink erupted, and I'm not saying like Atlanta movie skating rink going crazy. It wasn't like that, but it was the closest I ever got to the Atlanta movie skating rink experience. Like I don't know how to skate. You know what I'm saying? I did my little era where I tried to skateboard with Tony Hawk games, but skating rink, I can never get it. You know what I'm saying? I can probably do carpet, that's it, but that was never my vibe. But shout out to that time period. I definitely remember, like, that's my one and only Atlanta skating rink experience. They dropped that Shawty Low. But the album had hit records on it. Songs that you still hear today. They still gonna play that They Know, the remix, Dun Dun, Foolish. Shawty Low got records. But I don't think he gets enough credit when we talk about that era of trap music and people who shaped the culture of trap music. I think Shawty Low gets left out a lot. Maybe because the D4L thing, you know, Laffy Taffy, bitch can't do it like me. He was involved with that. But I watched interviews throughout the years, even with T.I., Parlay, just different people from Atlanta talk about Shawty Low inside the music and outside the music. Like, he is held in very high regard to Atlanta natives. So shout out to Shawty Low, and me being, like I said, in Alabama, that time period when he came out with them hits, bam, 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 back to back, it was crazy. It was damn near how like Fetty Wap was during his time period. Shawty Low, when he dropped them records back to back, it was like, damn. Then Unison in the City album came. I don't know why that album is not available on streamer, but like I said, I think he helped shape the futuristic sound because I saw an interview Jay Money did with 85 South. And he was like telling the story how he got a beat, I want to say from K.E. on the Track. K.E. on the Track was like the main producer of the futuristic era, in my opinion. Like, producer tags, like, yeah, we had Zaytoven beats, but producer tag, when it was K.E. on the Track, you knew it was about to be some futuristic type shit, right? And this futuristic vibe I'm talking about, it goes from music to the fashion that was going on. Like, it was futuristic / black boy, white boy. Meaning, it was guys on the internet, early MySpace, YouTube days. They wearing Hollister, they wearing American Eagle, Abercrombie and Fitch. Like, not your typical African-American streetwear. It wasn't streetwear at all. Like, growing up, we had, you know, white tees, of course, throwback jerseys. You had different brands, South Pole, Jabos, you know what I'm saying? We had our fashion brands that we went to, and Abercrombie and American Eagle and Hollister was more known for the white kids. You know, keep it simple. You know, it wasn't sensitive times back then. It was clear. These brands, mostly for black people, these brands are mostly for white people. Wasn't sensitive back then. So they started wearing that. You got guys going with mohawks. They got designs in the mohawks, different ad libs in the songs, bow, stupid fruity swag. Like, there was everything, the lingo, the fashion, the sound of the music. They had their own era. And K.E. on the Track was, I want to say K.E. on the Track was the sound of the futuristic era. So Jay Money is saying, you know, he got this beat, and he rocked with Low outside of music. You know, Shawty Low was Shawty Low. And he like Shawty Low basically came on the hook saying, you know, we here, we the trappers of the year. But the production, I think DC Young Fly said it in the interview, he was like, it was like a trap circus. Like, you can ride to it, but it's a jolly type of beat. And the content was about fashion, the club, the swag, and all. It was that era. So Shawty Low being on that hook was one of the early sounds of futuristic, because Young LA came out with Ain't I Remix, and that kind of stamped it. Because Ain't I Remix is the one that popped. there is an original Ain't I song that doesn't sound anything, in my opinion, flow-wise. How he's saying it, what he's saying it, compared to the remix, it's more, and he's going viral. He's been going viral for months now. When I saw it, I was like, okay. And this is my whole thing with the Ain't I remix craze. Don't I Be With J Money serving everybody craze that's been going on. If you was around during that era, that verse and that part wasn't it. Like, it was a cool verse. It wasn't like we skipped the first verse, and it was a cool verse, but yeah, people say Don't I Be With J Money, but it wasn't like it is now, how they making it like the main part of the song. The Young Dro verse was crazy. If anything, Young Dro verse was the one I was looking forward to, and T.I., he sealed it at the end with his verse. But if anything, I would say maybe during the time period, the Young Dro verse was the verse for me on Ain't I Remix. Me personally. But I know the Don't I Be With J Money, like folks want to post that on MySpace and all that back then. But shout out to Young LA though. He getting, you know what I'm saying, some praise. And another thing I did notice about all this, I was like, yeah, it ain't like you go back to Young LA catalog and he got mixtapes of classics. He got some now that didn't age very well. I went back to listen. I was like, oh, yeah, Young LA, woo-doo-woo. I went back. I was like, yeah, bro. He had some that I liked still, but a lot of that was better back then. A lot of that shit was way better back then. You know what I'm saying? So you had Young LA, J Money come along, Trap of the Year, Mr. Futuristic mixtape. That was a great mixtape as well. But the mixtape, I think that kind of put everything together, from the J Moneys, the Young LAs, to Travis Porter. Who I got to talk about? I got to talk about Travis Porter, Roscoe Dash, and another guy real quick. But the Space Invaders mixtape, DJ Pretty Boy Tank, DJ Spins. That was like the official Futuristic mixtape series. They had like 10 that went up until, I'm thinking of the last, I want to say when Migos started popping off. I want to say that was one of the last ones they had. I think it went to like maybe 10, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe more, but I know when Migos first popped, that was one of the last ones I remember listening to, like going on live mixtapes, because that was still live mixtapes era. I know when Future started popping with the Trending Topic song, that was on Space Invaders. They had Lil B, Charlie Sheen on one. They had the Shop Boys, who had a resurgence after Party Like a Rock Star. They had FLY, the Swag Surfing. That's probably Swag Surfing. Much as I really don't care for Swag Surfing, like I was around when Swag Surfing came out, and I got tired of it quick because I'm like, yeah, after that first part, then the first verse pretty cool, okay. But as I got older, I'm like, I'm not trying to hear this shit. But Swag Surfing is probably technically the most popular song from the Futuristic era, if I had to think about it. Off the top of my head, because think about it, you hear that shit everywhere. Concerts, nationally televised football games, basketball games, pros, college, shit, orientations, you hear that shit everywhere. Conferences they play it. I think Swag Surfing is technically the biggest song from the Futuristic era. So that's a little fact. Yeah, that sounds about right. So I stamped that as a fact. I stamped that as a fact. So the Space Invaders mixtape had a huge impact. Travis Porter. During this time period, I kept seeing the name Travis Porter on MySpace. This is before YouTube for me, because MySpace had this whole, you can listen to music, you can watch videos, people uploaded videos on MySpace. It's like, I feel like MySpace come back now and have the same exact format. The privacy, all that, the top friends, everything, it will succeed. For the people who don't like to be like engaged a lot, MySpace was perfect in my opinion. But I kept seeing the name Travis Porter. And I'm thinking this one guy. You know what I'm saying? For the longest, I got him confused with Travis Barker. And it's funny enough, Young Dro, Young LA had a beef with Travis Porter. And Young Dro said that he was like, only Travis I know is Travis Barker, shawty. Like, this was before Travis Scott, way before Travis Scott. So I'm thinking Travis Porter's one person. Come to find out, it's three guys, right? They had this series on YouTube called Pass the Shades at spityourgame.com, which was like an early form of content looking back at it. Back then, it was just people uploading videos. We didn't look at it as content or nothing like that. It was just, oh, bro, them got videos, cool. And depending on your internet, I had dial-up for the longest. It was a minute till I got fast internet growing up. Before phones, we ain't have all these iPhones or nothing like that. Damn near this like prehistoric times looking back at it. This only 2009, 2010, 15 years ago. This is only 15 years ago, damn near what I'm talking about. 15, 16 years ago. Damn near feel like prehistoric times in terms of technology and media and wow, crazy how time go. But they had these Past the Shades freestyle videos, had a gang of them. And I remember they had the I'm Differenter album, whatever, and they was embracing the whole black boy, white boy. I shop at American Eagle, Lennox Mall, just the content. But the thing about Travis Porter that had me, because you had the rich kids as well who were signed. I think they were signed to T.I. Grand Hustle. They had Partner Them, What's Up. Rich kids had records, and they continued to have records even after, everybody kind of split, and it was just Schoolie, and I believe Caleb was his name. It was just them two. But Travis Porter I felt they always made better music, in my opinion. Just me personally, for the lifestyle and everything, I think Travis Porter just always made the better music out of Rich Kids and Travis Porter. That's just me personally. And they got the mixtapes, The Proud to Be a Problem, I'm Different too. Money Music Madness was crazy. I Am Travis Porter had records, and they had like the party/club music that I was not even 18, but it had me like envision like, damn, when I go to college, this is the type of shit I want to hear in college. When I get older, this type of shit I want to hear. And think about it now. You play Make It Rain, Bring It Back, and pick three other cool Travis Porter songs compared to what they playing, the current music. Not even what they playing now, just the current music, the current structure of nightlife everywhere. Everywhere now. It's like you damn near got to go to overseas or just a popping Vegas or some shit like that to really, because a lot of the structures of the nightlife scene has gone more toward lounges compared to back then when the club was the club. You see your cousins them getting ready, and they about to have a good night compared to now. You go to the club, you like, man, we could this shit at the crib. We could have invited folks over, play some cards, put some music on, have some food all day. We could have had all this shit for way less than what we're paying to get in this VIP section right now. So the whole structure now, because I always thought that Travis Porter music could have lasted longer as we got older, but the structure of nightlife changed, and that was like their main niche, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because I always say, like, damn, why we don't hear those fun songs no more like the Futuristic era gave us. It was just fun music. But now it's like, shit, damn, there ain't shit funny going on in the world nowadays. Ain't shit to have fun about nowadays. We have fun how we have fun, and, bruh, you mean to tell me I can just go to the stove, get these few items, invite some friends over, have a good time, compared to we go somewhere, we got to pay $50 for parking, another, like, off rip, before you even go in, you're paying a good bit for the nightlife, the structure of it. We don't be doing that shit no more. There's so many other options nowadays. My mom would always tell me growing up, I used to go, this was the era I jumped off the porch doing teen parties, going to the teen parties, 2009, 2010. My mom would always tell me, Tyler, you go burn yourself out, you still got college. I'm like, no, I'm straight. Thankfully, college, we were just ratchet as hell, and we enjoyed the best possible way we could at Troy and CV and all that. But in my adulthood, it ain't even no burnt out. It's just a simple fact. It's like, fam, the music ain't jolly and happy. It doesn't make us feel good. Y'all play the same throwback songs. We could just invite some folks over, pass them by the aux cord. We rotate that bitch around for a few, and we can have a good time. But I always think about this era because I'm like, bro, back then, this shit was just, the music was so fun and make you want to go out and enjoy yourself, enjoy the fruits of your labor, even though half of us wasn't even working. Half of us we were getting dropped off, all type of stuff. Wasn't no designer. Wasn't no comparing, oh, he got on this. Like, you probably see somebody with a polo on. We got probably 2 of them to rotate for church. But you might bring one out because you're going out tonight. So it just shows, like I said, this is about 15 years ago, man, how time has changed that quick. When it really didn't have to in terms of that nightlife-wise. It didn't have to. Pandemic changed a lot of stuff, of course, but I often think about, like, damn, this was the era of life where they be like, you ain't have no issues. Of course, it wasn't adults, but it just felt like the world overcame every obstacle it could. It was like after the recession, it was like a lot of stuff going on during this time period where it just like, bro, through all that, we could still have fun and enjoy ourselves. Compared to now where it's just so you got to get in where you fit in. Shout out to Travis Porter, though, man. Shout out to Travis Porter. But coming off Travis Porter was All the Way Turned Up. All the Way Turned Up is probably another one of those biggest songs from that futuristic era, but it's just like one of those now, like I say with most of these songs from that era, you play it now, it's like, damn near cringe-worthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the way, like, you play that football games, sporting events, but I'm not just about to get the aux cord and play or connect to the Bluetooth and play Travis Porter All the Way Turned Up compared to back then where that was the main shit to run to. You know what I'm saying? But Roscoe Dash came from that scenario. They had a bunch of behind-the-scenes issues with that song. And Roscoe Dash was another guy who I felt like, not to the magnitude, but he was coming off as could be a guy to run to for the hooks. Not like T-Pain, but he could be like, he could have been a great assist to, like, okay, you had T-Pain come in. Well, you had Nate Dogg, of course. That goes without saying. T-Pain came in heavy on the features. Then that era, Roscoe Dash, he was in the midst. No Hands, that's like a diamond record. No Hands, another song that came out big during that era. No Hands was probably at the tail end. I ain't gonna count No Hands, because when that Flocka album came out, Flockavelli. No, it was like that time period a little bit after the Futuristic. That Streets Are Us with Travis Porter and Walker. Like, Walker was in the mix during that era, but I think he kind of brought everybody back out of that era. I think when Flocka really started getting in his bag, if my memory served me correctly, Salute Me or Shoot Me came. Salute Me or Shoot Me Too. I want to say Flocka kind of brought everybody out of that era. Because that was another thing with this era, too. Like, Young L.A. was on Gucci Mane's Right on the Wall mixtape. But overall, man, this era, just talking to y'all about it now and just thinking about that era, like I said, this is MySpace era. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy that technically I'm coming off as Unc on this episode because there's a lot of people who probably listen to this episode and knew nothing about this era. They see the Young L.A. serving everybody trend. They see Rich Kids. For a lot of the younger generation, basically what I'm saying is those guys that Playboy Cardi sample on Like Weezy, Rich Kids, the same exact Rich Kids I'm talking about from 2009, 2010. Bend Over came out later, but My Partner them, What's Up, those are the same exact Rich Kids that Playboy Cardi sampled on Like Weezy. So for me, hearing that Playboy Cardi song Like Weezy, I was like, bruh, Rich Kids getting sampled now? It's been 15 years, man. I saw they perform like Nothing Else to Do and all these songs. What's the one with Young Thug on it? $100,000 in the rubber band. Come on, I remember when these shits came out. That's crazy, man. I love doing episodes like this. When I was doing my research, I was like, damn, I remember Mr. Futuristic J Money. I remember when he came out with the Sauce All Over Me. We getting rid of swag. We doing sauce now. Him and Young L.A. selling they beef in Columbus, Georgia. I went to that talent show, that Columbus talent show. I think I went to the spot over here by the Civic Center, connected to the liquor store behind the old Chester's Barbecue. My mom used to always give me some cargos and a white tee from there or a good little collar shirt. Damn, I forgot the name. Lil Joe's. Was it Lil Joe's? Lil Joe's. Right here. Yeah. Going to that talent show with Rich Kids, J Money, Young LA. They had like the futuristic era at the talent show. And his video on the internet of Young LA and J Money selling their beef outside of one of the radio stations in Columbus before the talent show. Yeah, man. That was a cool era, dog. That was a cool era. Like I said, I was fucking in high school. This was like my 9th grade, 10th grade year of high school. You know what I'm saying? Then, shortly after that era, that's when the Wiz, Cushion OJ, and the Futures and 2 Chainz. So I can just really base from middle school to the end of high school, like, it's eras. I talked about Gucci Wayne. I talked about Wiz. I'm talking about this futuristic era right now. I think the only era I still need to talk about in terms of like my high school, early college years is that R&B era of like The Weeknd, Party Next Door, Frank Ocean. It's tough for me to talk about that era because I really only rock with Party heavy during that era. So I'm going to find a way to talk about eras of R&B too. I got to find a way to do that. Of course, now a lot of those albums I went back and listened to now. I love the album, but I remember back then I didn't really listen to a full R&B album unless I really enjoyed the artist per se. You know what I'm saying? So I got to find a cool way to start talking about some R&B, throwback R&B on this podcast too. But yeah, man, futuristic, black boy, white boy. That joke crazy, man. That joke crazy. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's been one of those, like I said, blast from the past type episodes. Just get y'all through the week. Stay on the lookout, man. I do got some other content coming out. TikTok, YouTube, all that good stuff. Shout out my boy Jake. He hit me about the Wayne album. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about the Wayne album over the weekend. At the moment, I've still yet to press play. I probably have a clip about that out by Wednesday, though. I'm going to check it out. I feel like, let me get through my weekend first then. Like, I don't want that to put a dark cloud. Because what I'm seeing, bro, on the timeline about Wayne album, I can't say I'm too surprised, but the more I think about it, the more surprised I get. Bear with me. I'm going to talk about it more. Like I said, I'm going to drop some content about that, so just be on the lookout for that. But this has been episode 286, Stash House Podcast. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Go out, have a great work week. If you're on vacation, enjoy your vacation. If you want to keep the kids busy, keep the kid busy. Give them some juice, some basketball or something. Tell them go outside for a minute, get some sunlight, read books. They got the tablets. You know, they're going to enjoy themselves. But like I say, man, make sure they get some sunlight. Make sure y'all put deodorant on, man. Get your money, stay prayed up, stay out the way. Y'all know that's my motto. Keep me in your prayers. I'll do the same for y'all. Salute.